We're learning Zili Nishmas Ahuva Bas Yaakov Maseches Nazir Periches Mishna Aleph. Shnei Nazirim she'amar lahem echad re'isi echa mekem shenitma. There were two Nazirim, and someone tells them that I saw one of you become Tameh. So each one of the two Nazirim are a suffix Nazir Tameh now. Ve'ini yedei ezim mekem. We don't know which one it is. So one of them is a Nazir Tahar, and one of them is a Nazir Tameh. So the Eitzah is like this: Megalchen, they both could be Megalech, Umevian carbon tuma, the carbon tire. And they bring both sets of carbonas, the carbonas that you bring for a carbon tuma, and the carbonas that you bring for a Nazir tira. Ba'omer, and he says, Im ani hu atame carbon tuma shali, the carbon tira shalach. If I'm the one that's tame, so the carbon tuma is mine, and the carbon tira is yours. V'mani hu atar. And if I'm the one that's tar, so then opposite, carbon tara shaliv and carbon tuma shalach. V'seifrin shleishim yom. Then they count 30 days. Umevian carbon tara. After the 30 days, all they do is bring a carbon tara. Va'omer, and he says, Imani hu atame. If I was the one that was tame, so then carbon tuma shali, the previous carbon that I brought was the carbon tuma was mine. The carbon tara shalach, and the carbon tara that we brought was for you. So now, the carbon tara that I need to bring is mine. V'zeh carbon tarasi. This is my carbon tara. And if the opposite, manihu atar, if I was the one that was tar back then, so then carbon tara shali, the carbon tuma shalach, then I already brought my carbon tara. V'zeh carbon tarascha. So then this one is your carbon tara. So that works if you have two Nazirim. Let's say, Meis echamehem. Let's say one of them died. So now all you have is one person, and he's a suffix Nazir. So he can't do this Eitzah like we just said, because he has no one else to bring the Nazir Tara. So Amar Rabbi Yeshua, Yivakesh echem min hashuk sheyider kenegdim a Nazir. So find someone else to become a Nazir Tara. And that other person is a Vadai Nazir Tar, but now you could still make it tonight, and you'll say, V'omer im tameh hayisi, if I'm tameh, so they're in Hare Ata Nazir miyad, then you'll be mekabel your Naziris right away. The imtar, you see, and if I was tahar, hare ata nazir achar shleishim yom, then I'm going to bring the tahara now, and you'll only be a nazir after 30 days. The seifrim shleishim yom, you'll count 30 days. Maybe mivi and carbon tuma, the carbon tara, and we'll bring both a carbon tuma and a carbon tara. And he'll say, imanihu atame. If I was tameh, so then carbon tuma shall leave a carbon tara shalach. So then I'm bringing a carbon tuma, and the carbon tara is yours. V'manihu atar, if I'm tar, carbon tara shall leave the carbon tuma b'safik, and the carbon tuma is a suffix. The seifrin shleishim yom, you count 30 days. Umevian carbon tara, and then you bring the carbon tara. V'omer manihu atame, if I was tameh, so then carbon tuma shall leave. The carbon tuma that I brought was for me. The carbon tara shalach, you already brought your carbon tara. V'zeh carbon tarasi, so this is going to be my carbon tara. The manihu atar, if I was tar, so then carbon tara shali, the carbon tuma b'safik, because you're going to bring the chatas ha'if, which is allowed to be brought al safik. The Gemara learns that out of a Joshua. So the carbon tuma, when we say carbon tuma safik, we're referring to the chatas ha'if that's brought b'safik. Ve'zehu carbon tarascha. Now it's going to be for your carbon tara. Amalei ben Zayma. So ben Zayma said to him, Umishem Eloi, who's going to listen? Sheyider kenegdim another. How are you going to find someone to be mekabel naziris tara? Ela maybe chatas ha'if oilas behema. Rather, you do it all by yourself, and you bring a chatas ha'if and a oilas behema. Va'omer, and you make it tonight. Im tameh, you see, if I'm tameh, hachatas mechavasi. So now I'm bringing a chatas mechavasi, and we said you could bring a chatas ha'if mesafik. Va'oila nedava, and the oila is a nedava. V'im tara, you see, if I was a tar, so then ha'oila mechavasi. So then I didn't need to bring an oila for tuma. So then the oila was for my chayiv. If I hachatas b'safik, v'sefer shleishim yom, or maybe carbon tara, and now you bring a carbon tara. Va'omer, im tamei ayisi, ha'oila rishayna was a nedava v'zu chayva. Im tara, you see, if I was tar before, ha'oila rishayna was a chayva, and this is a nedava, v'zu nedava. V'zeh shar karbani, and this is the rest of my carbon. Amar Rabbi Yeshua nimsa zeh maybe carbonoisa v'chatzayin. It comes out that he's bringing his carbonas for Tyra in two separate stages, 30 days apart, because he brought his the beginning, the oila he brought earlier, and now after 30 days he's first bringing his chatas and shlamim. So the Gemara says, what's the problem? So he's bringing it 30 days apart, and the Gemara says that he just said this question, l'chadei be'es al tamida, but really there's no problem. And the Chachamim Taka didn't hold it this problem. They agreed to ben Zayma. So that was Mishnah Aleph, very ba'arichas of the Tanaim that you need to make if it's a Nazir who is a Safek Tameh. Mishnah Beis is more bekitzer, but it's also as complicated. Nazir Shahaya Tameh Besafek, if another is a Safek Tameh, Umuchlap Besafek. So over here, not only is he a Safek Nazir Tahar and Safek Nazir Tameh, he's also a Safek Mitzaira Tahira, Safek Mitzaira Tameya. So it knows we don't know, he's a Safek Mitzaira basically. We don't know if he's a Mitzaira or not. So Oichel B'Kadshim Achar Shishim Yoim. So as far as Kachim, which a Mitzayir is not allowed to eat Kachim, he's going to have to wait until 60 days. Because you have to do a Taglachas Rishayna after 30 days. Because on the tzad he's a Nazir, he's not allowed to do a Taglachas. So you have to wait 30 days to do the Taglachas Rishayna. And another 30 days to do the second Taglachas of a Mitzayir. Mitzayir needs to wait 7 days normally between the Taglachas Rishayna and Taglachas Niyah. But because over here, the Safek of Naziris Tar and the Naziris Tameh, you have to wait 30 days in between each one, because on the tzad that he's a Nazir Tar, he's not allowed to take a haircut. And he's only going to be fully cleared. His Naziris is only going to end after 120 days. If he's a Mitzayir, his Naziris is not going to start. So there's a tzad that the Mitzayir is going to be the first 30 days and then another 30 days. So 60 days to take care of the Mitzayir problem and then another 60 days to get rid of the Naziris problem. Bizman Shu Safik ain't a Deichan. The tzad he wasn't a Mitzayir, then you would do the Naziris first.